All right, let's talk about bases. Over here we have first base, second base, third base, and home plate. Oh, wait. This is a math video. That's right, I'm supposed to talk about the bases of numbers. Ah, okay. So, we normally have base 10, don't we? So, base 10 means 10 to the 0 power, 10 to the first power, 10 to the second. What are you talking about? Well, 10 to the 0 power is 1, 10 to the first power is 10, and 10 to the second is 100. So that's where we get the ones place, the tens place, and the hundreds place. And if we were to do 10 to the third, you guessed it, that would be the thousands place. So base 10 is just that number 10 to whatever power, 0, 1, 2, 3. So if we want to use a different base, for instance, base 5 would just be 5 to the 0, 5 to the first, 5 to the second. So if I wanted to write a number in that base, let's write 68 in base 5, all I would need to do is determine what each of those place values are. So what is this place value? What is that? What is this? Just do the math. 5 to the 0 power is 1. 5 to the first is 5, and 5 to the second is 25. So ask yourself, how many 25s goes into 68? Well, two 25s would give us 50, 3 would give us 75, so 3 is too much. It would have to be 2. So I'm going to put a 2 there, and I'm going to write the workout. 2 times 25 gives me 50. Now I still need 18 more to get to 68. So how many 5s will go into 18? 3 5s. So I'm going to put a 3 there, and then I would write down here 3 times 5 gives me 15. Now I'm up to 65 if I add these up. And I need 68, so I need 3 more. So I would write 3 times the 1 spot. Where am I getting that 1 from? From right here. So 3 times 1 gives us 3. And these numbers, when we add them up, you can check them, they should be 68. All right, let's try a different base. Let's do base 7 this time. So now the question is, write 174 in base 7. I'm going to write my 3 spots out, and sometimes I might need more. So 7 to the 0 power, 7 to the first, 7 to the second, and I might need the 7 to the third, we'll see. 7 to the 0 is the 1 spot. 7 to the first is the 7 spot. And 7 to the second is the 49 spot. And 7 to the third means 49 times 7, so that would be 343. Sounds kind of funny, doesn't it? The 343 spot. Alright, so look at your 174. It's less than 343. So really that's a 0, or we don't even need it. So we're just going to start with the 49s. How many 49s, and I'm going to round that to 50, how many 50s will go into 174? And the answer is 3. So down here I'll put 3 times 49. And that gives us 150 minus 3, that'd be 147. And now how many more do I need to get from 147 to 74? Well, I could subtract those if I wanted to find that out. 14 minus 7 gives us 7. 6 minus 4 is 2. So I need 27 more. So how many 7s will go into the 27? 3. So I have 3 times the 7 spot gives me 21. So now I'm up to my 147 plus my 21 gives me 168. So how many more do I need to get from 168 to 174? That would just be 6 more. So I have 6 ones. So the answer is 336. Now notice here, the highest digit I can use is going to be 1 less than the base. That's always true. Think of a base 10 number. The highest digit we can use for base 10 is a 9. So that's 1 less than 10. The highest digit we can use for base 7 is going to be a 6. Alright, let's apply what we've learned and answer a harder question. What base would make the following equation true? 123 to a certain base plus 232 to the same base equals 355 to the same base. So since we're using b for every one, it's the same base. And think for a second. Is it first base? What's the highest digit we could use for first base? 0. Is it second base? Well, that would be the highest digit we could use is 1. For third base, the highest digit we could use is 2. And we have numbers greater than 2. We have a 3. We have a 5. So think about what we just learned. The first base you should start with would be 1 more than that, which is 6. So I'm going to start with base 6 and see if it works. If base 6 doesn't work, I'm going to try 7 and then 8. Does that make sense? Awesome, you got it. Alright, let's go ahead and test this one out. Now keep in mind we're working backwards. So I'm going to try base 6 first. So 6 to the 0, 6 to the first, 6 to the second, and the place values are 1, 6, and 36. So if I have a 1 in this place, a 2 in this place, and a 3 in this place, that means I have 136, so it's 36. I have 2 6s, so that's 12. I have 3 1s, that's 3. I add them up, and I get 8 plus 3 is 11. I get 51. So that would make this number 51 in base 10. I'm going to do that same thing for my other numbers. So let's go ahead and erase those guys. Now I'm going to plug in my 2, 3, and 2. So 2, 3, 2. That means I have 2 36s. So that would be 72. I have 3 of my 6s. 3 times 6 is 18. And then I have 2 of the 1s. So that would be 2. Add those up and I get 20 plus 72, I get 92. And then for the last one, I'll erase these guys. I have 355. So 3 36s is where I start. 3 times 36. 3 times 30 is 90. 3 times 6 is 18. 90 plus 18 is 108. So I have 108. Next one's 5 of my 6s. 5 times 6 is 30. And then I have 5 of my 1s. So 5 times 1 is 5. Add them up. I get 13, 4, and 1, 143. So we're just going to see if this equation is true. So if I add up my 92 and 51, I can do that in my head. 90 plus 50 is 140, plus another 3, 143. So 143 equals 143. our first try guess worked. So awesome. That's how you like it. Now if 6 didn't work, we would have tried 7. All right, good luck with your bases.